Every day you dive into deals, pitch after pitch, meet after meeting, but deep down you feel it, that gnawing doubt. Are you really playing the game fairly? Or is the system bending around you in ways no one wants to admit? It's exhausting. Like every move you make, every check you write, every yes or no carries weight beyond the obvious. You watch startups rise and fall, hear the buzzwords, the promises, the smoke and mirrors, and wonder, is this really progress? Or just smoke covering cracks no one's brave enough to fix? Look, the truth is brutal. The game is rigged. Not in some conspiratorial way, but by design. It rewards following the script, the safe bets, the "this is how we've always done it" crowd. And inside that pattern, you, the angel investor who dares to think bigger, to reach further, get boxed in. Hands tied by unspoken rules and invisible guards. Everyone told us this was about freedom, the freedom to choose, to invest, to unlock the next great idea. Yet, what it really became is a world where comfort kills courage and obedience suffocates innovation. Maybe you've felt it, the endless barrage of deals that seem more like reruns of yesterday's stories rather than fresh breakthroughs. The founders coming to you polished and rehearsed, pitching dreams wrapped in buzzwords, but underneath those same old fears. Fear of rocking the boat, fear of being different. And you see your own reflection in that fear, because if you step too far out, you risk alienation, misunderstandings, losing your seat at the table. So the system plays you too. It's a trap disguised as opportunity. But what if, just what if, the system isn't something to play or to game, but something to challenge at its core? What if the real power lies beyond the rules, beyond the routine, beyond the safe path everyone bows to? No one tells you this, but your real leverage isn't in writing checks or signing contracts. It's in breaking the mold, in rewiring what the system even means. The real win is taking off the blinders to see not just the business you invest in, but the world that keeps millions trapped in cycles designed to produce mediocrity, not mastery. You see, the world doesn't lack ambition. It's drowning in ambition. What it lacks are rebels bold enough to refuse conformity, bold enough to take the edges instead of settling for comfort zones. Those edges hold the answers, because true progress is never born from the center, the spreadsheet, the polished pitch deck. It is born in the rough moments when people stop waiting for permission and start forging their own paths. When investors like you stop playing the spectator and start becoming the spark. This is where most miss the point. You might think investing is just about money, equity, and ROI. But it isn't. It's about impact, about rewriting the way opportunity flows, about transforming not just companies, but entire markets and mindsets. To do that, you have to reject the neat packages the system offers. You have to refuse to be a cog. You have to build relationships that are raw, honest, and unfiltered. Ask yourself, when was the last time you backed a founder who didn't fit yet? Who rocked the boat? Who made you uncomfortable because their vision was too wild, too different, too impossible? Here's a brutal insight. The way the system is set up, it punishes difference by default. So the safe path is to back what every other investor backs. But what if the safe path is just a slow death, trading fleeting gains for long-term legacy? Every deal you pass on because it looks too risky or unproven is a moment lost in shaking the foundations. But it's not just on founders. There's a mirror you have to hold up to yourself. Are your investment decisions driven by genuine belief in transformation? Or comfort, networks, and herd mentality? Because if you're truly hungry for impact, you have to stare down the massive disconnect between what startups claim to want to build and the status quo they often replicate. If startups are just optimizing for exits, for buzz, for acquisition, then the system stretches on, rigged and unbroken, complicated by more noise. The fix is not science fiction. It's brutal clarity combined with fierce rebellion. First, question everything. Not just the startups, but the metrics, the conventions, the advice everyone treats like gospel. Challenge what due diligence looks like. It's not just spreadsheets and market sizes. It's about gut, grit, and the founder's unwillingness to settle. Ask yourself, does this person see the system and want to change it, or just find a place in it? The difference is huge. Second, stop chasing quick wins. Long game investing is where liberation begins. The system is built for short bursts. A flash IPO here, a quick rollout there. But real impact needs patience, relentless patience. It's like planting forests, not trees. Invest in people and ideas that simmer slowly, but carry the fire that never dies out. Third, be ruthlessly selective. This is not about backing every pitch or building a portfolio like it's a numbers game. This is about lining up with the few who burn with you, the rarity who refuse to sleepwalk through their potential. They're hard to find, but they're incandescent. When you find them, double down, protect them, grow them fiercely. Fourth, create a new culture of transparency. The system thrives in shadows. It's time to bring honesty as currency. Demand openness about failures, intentions, struggles, not just wins. This vulnerability is power. It dismantles the illusion. And when everyone's seen as human, collaboration skyrockets beyond competition. And last, and this might sound radical, but build networks not to scale, but to deepen. It's better to connect with a handful of true rebels than 1,000 squeaky wheels. The communion of few, not the noise of many. Real change sparks where ideas burn hottest, not where they're diluted. This approach feels like nothing less than rebellion, and that's exactly what it is. Because the old world will resist. It will try to drag you back into the comfortable cage. But that cage was never freedom. It was illusion, designed to keep the exceptional unseen and unheard. So, look deep into every investment you make, every advice you swallow, every buzzword you pass along. What part of the system are you feeding? Are you helping build shackles or breaking them? The answers are yours. But here's a final truth. Liberation is not given. It's taken. The freedom you crave, the impact you want, the world you dream of funding. It's out there, waiting behind the edges, beyond the rules, screaming for those who refuse to wait and refuse to bow. This is your call, not to settle, not to play safe, to rise above every limitation, to find the rare, to rise with the rare, to mutate the game until the system serves those blazing the path instead of punishing them. Own your role not as a player, but as a force, because companies collapse, markets shift, buzz fades, but the few who burn, the few who dare, those ones shape tomorrow. Unlock yourself. Unleash the founders who scare you, with their fire, their vision, their refusal to fit. Invest with rebellion as your compass and transformation as your goal. Watch as everything you thought you knew about angel investing crumbles. And from those ruins, build a new world where freedom is real, not a myth. Hold the line against conformity. Question every comfortable answer like your legacy depends on it, because it does. Patience, patience, patience. Select your allies like you're choosing family in a battlefield. And most of all, remember this. Any system that controls you will kill your fire, but the fire that burns inside you. Nothing. No system, no rulebook, no cage can ever extinguish that. If you are done with the world's lies, done with systems that reward obedience and punish exception, then step forward. This is your rebellion, your transformation, your becoming. No more waiting. No more playing their game. The moment to transcend the system is now. And you are the spark that sets it all ablaze.